Hello and welcome. This is going to be a little additional broadcast, a little later in the day, smudging the area. I've already laid out some cards. I was going to keep this message under my hat, so to speak, but then I decided that it should be shared, and it was just the most random thing. I was just really called to come out here. I was going to grab a chair, meditate for a little while, and when I first came into my space, I noticed that, please don't be afraid, I left my candle going. I turned it out or blew it out, and then the cards compelled me to post another message. So the Lady of Guadalupe has been so kind as to preside over the table all day long and compel me back. So I hope that this message finds you well. I think I'm going to title it something to do with that this may be an interaction with an elder who's taken a very keen interest in your energy. And for them, you may be representing many different things to this individual, many different energies, because of how dynamic your energy field is, because of how multifaceted either your knowledge or your skill set or your conversation is. And this may be more than one individual, but there's something here about someone being quite taken and preoccupied with, in some situations, not all, it will be emulating our vibration. How can I be that empowered? Or how can I walk with such confidence? Or something like that. I'm saying this because of the cards here on the table, which we're going to get into. But for some of us, I feel most of us, this will be a situation where we want to maintain some type of relationship, whether it just be professional, platonic, or friendship base here. And so there's a lot of compassion at work. And for this hopefully less of you, maybe just one or two, this could even seem to border upon somebody's unsolicited sensual romantic interests, such as, even in certain situations, again, could be a sexual harassment type of a situation if it were taken too far. And so I don't want to speak specifically to those few people, so I want to just put that aside and just say right off the bat, disclaimer, if that's your situation, you will need to handle this quite differently than the basics of this reading in the direction that I want to take it for the majority of us dealing with somebody that there's a lot of compassion. Again, I feel like this is a soul contract, some type of soulmate connection. And again, could be very platonic. But there is something that we are helping someone to advance their consciousness, to create a miraculous breakthrough of their ability to be more compassionate and to see through their own judgment or their own patterned behavior that no longer serves them and creates a lot of distance and resistance in their own situations. And so there's a connection here with someone who is coming up as the stranger. So to you, this is somebody perhaps that you feel, however, connected, but you still feel that there is that great divide where there hasn't been how do I want to say this? In most situations, I think that you'll understand what I'm getting at, but it's like we're not having each other over for for conversation and hangout time. We're not going out together. There's something that draws us together that is situational. And so it feels like this is more of an acquaintance than somebody you would consider a deep friend, although we may be bonded to them in some way. Do wish I had my drink. So the commitment card with contact was telling me just that there's some type of either soul connection, soul contract at play, or there's a reason for us connecting with each other. And that reason is, it says surfacing here on the card, which I feel is on their behalf. And for you, it's like you could already surmise quite a bit of the layers of why this dynamic is compelling to them. And it comes with its own amount of awareness on your own behalf, and perhaps even challenges in different ways. Because as more of them comes to the surface, you are challenged to simplify, to put them in perspective, put them in their place, to create healthy boundaries between their assumptions or their curiosities and the level that they're invited in to your world. And so there's also this, for us, a deepening understanding, because it's almost as if just at the point where we're ready to create an exit strategy or a disconnect in some way, perhaps even ghost a situation here, there is a deepening understanding of what the gift is behind that, which came up earlier today in the Daily Dharma with the unveiling cosmic connections with things. And it's like, with that in mind, it's like there's a reason for all of these challenges to present, and it's because the universe is our partner in this situation. So we have at the top here, your treasure is at hand and everyone is doing their best. So that's interesting. So their level of consciousness is not perhaps where yours is at via your perspective, and that seems like that's why they're watching you. So the second card coming up here, well, I was going to say, since I just said the universe is your partner, we do have that card coming up, Jaguar, beneath that. The universe is your partner, and you have this feline energy that's coming up later with the Return to Spirit card, and this Jaguar, which now I want to show you. Watchers, transpersonal, yes. So the universe is your partner and is watching, like, what do you do? So this Jaguar energy, let me just place this down for a moment. Coming in the row below this deep quiet, we have feline energy, which was just revealed here with the Jaguar also. So your feline energy is mirroring cosmic energy here with this Jaguar. And it's like the Jaguar is helping us to embody this confidence, this magnetic sovereignty. Hi, my dog wants attention suddenly, but the universe is our partner in this, showing us what to look for and how to handle ourselves. So this feline energy represents our confidence, our charisma, and all of these things. And it's like, I'm thinking about that. There was this ancient commercial, something like, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's so-and-so makeup company. You probably know. So it's like, no, that confidence and charisma is not because of being born necessarily lucky, but it's being born with the predisposition, as many more are than choose to activate that in their own life. But it's through meditation and stillness. with deep quiet. You're distracting me. Why don't you relax? Can you relax? We're going to go out in just a minute. Sit down. So through your deep quiet meditation and stillness, you're able to connect deeply with yourself and to connect to the cosmic and collective flow of information. And whatever your specific insight or intuitive nudge is, you have in that way a sense of personal identity that others don't feel connected to because they haven't walked with such perfected authenticity mixed with cosmic spiritual authority. So that's part of your magic and your charisma here. And so I also want to say that through this meditative practice that you have and that you've been connecting with yourself, you may even identify with being some kind of indigo child, crystal child, one of the 7 rays or so on. You're helping to put so many things in divine right order through your ability to connect. You may be in the caretaking or service industries or speaking, therapeutic, music, art. Any of these things can help correct the universe through altering. It could be altering musical states is kind of the same as us using our voice, which comes up next. The voice is the harmonic. It's like by the simple words that you choose, by the simple statements that you make, and the way that you are on a journey of taking up space and with grace and not aggression. It's really remarkable to this individual. And when they are in their quiet space, I feel that their thoughts drift back to you. And not, in most cases, not in a creepy way. But this stranger is curious about you because there's something that compels them at the soul level to connect with your energy and with the message of the energy of what that means for them. Like this, something that your special something that is offered to them unlocks a part of them that they haven't understood was locked, perhaps. And you make them question things in a good way. And so they're looking to you for some type of guidance. Next, we have the ancient ones. And I do feel like in one way, this person is representing an elder by years or by perhaps college degree or something else like that. However, I feel like you are the one that has activated more access within yourself to various timelines, past, present, future incarnations for self and otherwise. And you've connected both within and without with deep esoteric knowledge and information that this individual resonates so deeply with. They feel it in their bones. And if they are somebody who lives alone, for instance, in deep quietude and stillness, maybe not meditation, there's a sense of loneliness and disconnection that when you are around, they can feel. I'm feeling waves of connectivity that comes oozing out of your pores. You're so deeply connected to others, to the collective, however distant you are in person to person. You channel such vivid and dynamic energy into this person's life. You are a conduit of life force energy, and you really restore their energy in some way. And for you, maybe you've witnessed this and already come to this conclusion, but it's still taxing upon you. And that's why we started off talking about boundaries. and they're crossing boundaries with their questing and curiosities. But this person is seeking something quite profound from you that maybe you haven't even understood. Like, I even see you as helping put this person's life in order on the energetic level, but that you may be, whether you're servicing their vehicle with an oil change, or whether you are, um, such as myself, a gardener for this person, or somebody else that comes and walks their dog, or somebody that waits on them when they come into the grocery store and buy 500 things that they don't need, but they need the interaction and they need to take an hour through the store. Um, these individuals are looking for more than your service. They're looking for um, belonging, and they're looking to find the connection within the source and the core of themselves so that they can come back home to themselves, because they're beside themselves in some manner. And so we're providing so much more, and there's a resistance releasing in this moment here, perhaps, to understand the actual deepened understanding of what assistance we are truly providing this individual to break through this. We may be really offering a side dish of healthy self-pride for this individual by our time, efforts, and attention on their behalf, and helping them to understand the things that they have felt deeply but pushed under the rug, and have not given themselves the authority to really feel deeply into, and to air out perhaps their own darker shadow side, which you are so brilliantly gifted to transmute these energies. And so it compels more of their dark side to show itself to you. But you're also worthy of not being the trauma dumping garbage heap that they push upon, or the things that they ask you to do are these things that they are um, kind of holding over you, and in some type of more hierarchical type of orientation of energy versus an equalized, um, reciprocal, respectable exchange of energies? Are they demanding things of you to question your worth in some level? And they may not be aware of it if they are, but you're being shown here also that the ancient ones on the other side of the veil, both their guides and guardians and your own guides, guardians, ancestors, God, source, spirit, all that is, the transpersonal watchers of the universe, are watching us and fiercely guiding us and guarding us. This individual's crossing our boundary is assisting us to really declare in these other little nuanced, tiny little situations where there's little energy seeping out here and there, to really tidy up those borders. And then ultimately it's like the full level of a video game, when our challenge is finally revealed from the universe, and we've taken out all of the little things, we've accomplished all of the little things, and collected all of our little treasures of understanding and knowledge and awareness, higher consciousness levels. Then we have the correct health level with this immunity card, that now we have learned our boundaries so profoundly, and we've practiced them so much with people that were already unloving, or unconditionally loving rather. And we now can face the big bad guy at the end of this level before we level up to the next level. And because we've done so much inner work through the process of them really challenging us to face up to where we're allowing our boundaries to be more malleable than is comfortable to us. If we feel comfortable with people out here then we don't need to hug people. It's not impolite to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not a hugger. Can we shake on it? I've done this before. Certain individuals that I had met for the first time wanted to come up and hug me when I was, in a certain capacity. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I'm here you go. And people can think whatever they think. It's my boundary. And I don't feel bad in issuing a boundary in certain situations, but there are others, such as with loving situations with elders, where I'm learning how to delicately say, okay, that's all the time I have for you today. Thank you very much. Love you. Bye-bye. Right? Or otherwise for yourself. It's like just the use of our voice and the things that we say are giving the assistance to them to work through their own inner worth and their own power dilemmas and dynamics. And we are being assisted from spirit with this immunity and the ability to now face that endpoint person, not as though, oh, you've crossed my boundaries 100 times, but then every time that we take back an inch from previously unclear boundaries is one more step in taking back our sacred space from trespassers that may or may not understand that they're trespassing our boundaries if we haven't been clear and decisive and understood with any limits we've tried to place, such as like, I told you I had 3 hours here today. I already gave you another hour. I gotta go. Now it's time to go, right? Get it, got it, good. So the last card here, we have Magician's Sword, confidence in your magic, with the last pile here for the return to spirit. We have union, birthing, and knowledge. So through your ability to really center your own self and understand the nuances of the connection that you are operating in, this creates an ability for your own self to understand which things to put on your to-do list as your energetic exchange is happening in the moment. It's like, if something aggravates you, in order to not create undue stress or unprofessionalism in certain situations, this is you understanding how to use your voice and use your magic of choice of words and perhaps context that is shared or isn't shared, etc. There's ways for you to be firmly sovereign in your setting of this limit with this individual. And also your way to do it is like, when I say with grace, it's like with the grace of God, Goddess. It's like, because you're so confident and charismatic and magical, you're able to convey this in a way that helps them to understand the social clues that they have overlooked, perhaps, or the to deepen their compassion. And to, with this surfacing card, it's like for them to understand that that they've understand the process of the trespass, I guess I want to say, and how, well, let's move along. Tangent. There's more, but it can't come through for whatever reason. Birthing. So you're able to upgrade this situation if you want to. There's this Vesica Pisces imagery of the birthing of the third eye suddenly coming awake and gaining that compassion, the surfacing compassion that this person realizes that they've been engaged in their own stuff and that it's not respectful of your time or energy to do this, whatever this thing is. So this knowledge you're imparting here, the wisdom that's coming through you, you are able to utilize your knowledge and magic and your sovereignty here to level up the relationship with this individual and to create something magical. And I feel like if we can do that instead of quitting the circumstance, there is some type of extraordinary benefit, this treasure at hand, that comes through, whether it's through this person or through some other type of outlet. There is almost like, dare I say, this reward at the end of that level for having done the right thing, whether it is like that maybe we do end up quitting this situation with grace and thank you, that's illegal, by the way, PS, right, in some situations. And then it's like losing one position then might gain you 3 new clients in a direction that you really want to go, let's say. So under the deck here, we have two different piles. Let's go through this one. The universe is your partner. We talked about that with Jaguar here. Heart of the Sky was showing itself, which came out earlier. It's like you are helping individuals with self-love and with compassion and universal love and respect, and being able to understand reciprocal exchanges of energy levels here. In the Gatherer, this is like you gathering experiences here, but also with them gathering everything that you've contributed and really seeing something anew. Like there's this Witness card, dual messages, both them witnessing themselves in this situation and us, and the whole thing unlocking in that way between the two of you, where now you're more peers because it's like, oh, now they have been caught out. And then the other one is this Wailing Tree, which seems to be like you've been putting yourself out unduly here, which has caused you some negativity and pain and much discomfort and lost opportunities perhaps in the past. But now it's like, I don't want to say it's their karma, but it's with us just saying it the way that we say it is helping them to understand something very profound. And they're having their own dark night of the soul to whatever level they can reach. They may be quite surface level, but they're having this little ego death here and connecting with the upper world. So this is creating them connecting more deeply with the core of self-love and universal love by you setting this firm boundary here. And it's such a beautiful reciprocal setting of the record straight. It's just great. So over here we do have the code cards. I just kind of smeared them out a bit to reveal what it wanted to. Empowerment was under the deck. We've got one more pile. Tantric Journey, Gaia, Soul Time, Throat Chakra, Empowerment. So this is an activation of your throat chakra to say and do and be and set this limitation to empower your sovereignty and your power base here with your words and actions and deeds, showing and empowering your truth through this soul time, creating this soul time for others, connection on the soul deep level. And this soul contract commitment is now like renegotiable, right? In this moment, the timelines are scattered and you can jump to where you wish. And it's co-creative venture right there. And it's happening a little bit behind the scenes. So direct that if you're a magician like that. Gaia and Tantric Journey, it's like this is part of our journey here as incarnate magician beings, to create miracles in consciousness evolution for Mother Gaia, for the collective here, with compassion in the way that we use our masculine energy, not as scolding and shaming individuals, but by learning how to do it in a better, healthier way. So under the deck here, we've got a few more to show. Mother of Mercy, representing your ability to embody that feminine goddess mother energy, nourishing this elder as if one of, I want to say, God, goddess's children. We're all children of Source. And then Kalidhara here, she to me is very priestess like energy, those blue eyes, again with that blue, the voice, the empowering throat chakra with the consciousness and the messages of truth coming through here. This is a representation of your own essence. And don't let somebody come in and force, push, help you to choose to embody their energy. We're here to lift others up whenever possible. So it's like forcing them to level up and rise up to our level. And here we have some of my favorite cards. Tai Chi Rising is about that, leveling up and pulling them up with you. Mother Fierce, goddess energy, fiercely guiding, guarding, and protecting you all. And Dharma of Kali, always choosing the highest, best path when it is made available to you, and inviting others, encouraging others, seeing the best in others, and forcing and pushing them to choose what's better and healthy for themselves through the interaction of your energies. This is quite beautiful energies. I encourage you to rest and relax and meditate following. Whenever you see this, I'm going to go out and do my meditation, and wish the best for all of us concerned here, that we may operate with grace and mercy, and level up and get the treasures from the experiences, which are often those little bits of consciousness and miraculous up-leveling of knowledge for everybody. The universe is so pleased with our interaction, and there are so many energies gathering momentum, magnetized to us in this moment to assist with this process, because many individuals are coming back into their integrity through the eye of the needle and having these activations. So may yours be peaceful and profitable in so many ways. Love you all so much. And that's all the time I have for today. Time to meditate. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you back soon.